Maupin to Maumelle, it has a ring to it, and it's the start to a new chapter for one of Arkansas's fast-rising football minds.
Get reps!
Spring ball is being capped off all around college football, but as for Friday Night Lights in Arkansas, things are just getting started for spring training. One of the more interesting storylines to look forward to next season is right here at Maumelle High, as first-year head coach Brian Maupin takes over a team that just lost their twin towers and Razorbacks signees, Andrew Chamblee and Nico Davillier.
It's a new challenge. It's something that, obviously you always aspire to do, and the competitor inside of you thinks that you can make something your own and do your very best by these kids. I'm kind of bringing something to this community and this school that we can all be proud of.
Losing Maumelle's Mountain Men, two of the best athletes the school has seen in its decade-long history, and with only 2 returning starters from last season. Maupin inherits quite the challenge for his debut season as head coach, and one he's excited to take on.
That's kind of something that we want to continue here.
Yeah! Now score a touchdown!
We should be used to losing good players year in and year out because we should be producing good players year in and year out. But yeah, it is a tall order. I mean, you're talking about a team that was one of the more talented teams the school has ever seen. Whatever gap you have in talent, you're making up for with details and dedication and hard work.
Last season, Maumelle went 4-7 overall, winning half their games in 5A Central. After 5 years as head coach, Kirk Horton resigned to focus on his duties as athletic director. So in February, the school announced that they'd bring on Maupin to lead the Hornets. Right down the road at Joe T. Robinson, Maupin was the defensive coordinator and recruiting coordinator and had spent the last 8 seasons there, amassing a 92-18 record with the Senators, including 5 straight conference titles and 2 state championships in the last 3 years. Maupin plans to bring those same winning ways to Maumelle.
Let's go!
I think one of the biggest things is, our kids are always going to be the most mentally prepared coming into a game, and they're going to be the most physical. That's 2 things I really stand by in my program. I really won't settle for less. When you bring that with the talent that's already in this community and in this area, really special things can happen. It's going to be a very physical but fun and exciting brand of football. We're going to get the ball out of our hands, get it in space, get our playmakers involved. We're going to play a very physical brand of football. First off, a kid that's going to really make his name in this state is a guy named Amari Rogers. He's going to play D-line and H-back for us to accentuate the skills he has. I mean, he's like 6'4", 240, runs really well, catches the ball really well. Really versatile player that we can use in a lot of different ways. Having a returning starter at quarterback is huge. Weston Pierce, he's been a great leader and a voice for this program. But for the most part, really just trying to set our kids up to be as successful as they can within the schemes that we're putting in. Not trying to be a whiz kid or the smartest guy in the room. I just want to coach hard and put our kids in positions to be successful.
Maupin is known for his tireless efforts on the recruiting trail, mentoring countless athletes and driving them all over for visits, including the likes of Razorback signee Amarion Harris. He's already done the same in his short time at Maumelle, taking his players to A-State's open scrimmage last weekend, and that's only the beginning.
I've said for years I've never offered a single scholarship in my life. What I try to do is provide opportunities and open doors for these young men. I will continue to do that. Being a head coach doesn't change that at all. If anything else, it helps me to help even more. And so it's one of the things I'm really excited to bring to this community. I think 10 to 15 different Division I universities reach out about our spring schedule and coming out to practice. And so I think just getting eyes on these young men, because there's talent here. There are great young men in this program. And for me, if a phone call, if a text message, if that's what provides the opportunity for these coaches to see our great players here, then I'm going to do everything I can to make that happen. I relish that kind of thing, just trying to be the best and most positive impact that I can be on these young men and on this community during my time here. I mean, we don't do this, just to hang out and play around. I want to win, and these young men deserve my best effort in giving them a winning season and giving them championships as best we can.
Coming to Maumelle is a full circle moment for Maupin. He actually played high school ball at Robinson under current coach Todd Escola, and their arch rival was Oak Grove. Eventually closing, Oak Grove High would become Maumelle High since the school opened in 2011. So technically, Maupin isn't coaching the rival team he once played against, but it's as close as it gets.
Yeah, it's a unique situation. I remember when I was in high school, Darren McFadden and some of the players over there actually brought some gasoline out and burnt an OG in the middle of our field before a game. We had some of the greatest games in high school sports. This rivalry has always meant a lot to the two communities, and so I do think it is kind of poetic justice, and it is kind of that sweet serendipity that my first head coaching opportunity would be over here after my long stint at Robinson. You know, I was so happy at Robinson. It's just such a great place. You know, Coach Scola was really good to me. You know, I told other schools and other people for a long time that I wasn't leaving unless it was a great thing or a great fit. And then you bring in, you know, the old Oak Grove tradition that we have out here, and you can really kind of build something special within this community. And really, that's what you're looking for. Any head coach is really looking for good young men that they can lead in a positive and encouraging way, and a community that can really buy in and support that team. I want these young men to look back on their experience within my program and feel like they are a better human being, a better father, a better husband because of playing for Maumelle, because of being a Maumelle Hornet. They are now a better citizen to our country. That's really the biggest thing. When they start coming back and giving you that hug and shaking your hand and saying, Coach, thank you. You know, I really appreciate it. I miss this place. That's when it really matters. Hopefully that's at a ring ceremony, but if not, you know, I'm just glad that they're being productive and that they learned something.
Maumelle is set to begin spring ball, which goes through May. Their first live action will be the charity game against Marion on August 19th. And in Week 6, Maumelle will face Robinson, and Maupin will coach against Todd Escola, who coached him in his playing days at Robinson and helped make him the coach he is today. So be sure to catch Fearless Friday when that time comes. Nick Walters, Fox 16.